Hey creepers and geekers, happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. Mom's pulling double duty. Today's your day. Guys, relax, kick back, and get a sandwich or something. So today I want to discuss one of my favorite games from Atari's heyday and discuss updates on classic games and the risk of purchasing one of these, and in more cases than not, they're usually caca. One of the games I grew up on was the original Asteroids, and I love this game. I played the hell out of this game when I was a kid, and I still do. It's simple. You got a little ship, you're shooting asteroids coming at you. Now, the Atari version was kind of goofy. It was very colorful, and it didn't have the charm of the vector graphics from the arcade cabinet, but it was still good enough. The gameplay was there, and that's what was important. Now, if there's one thing Atari was very good at, besides fumbling when it came to timing and hardware, is they knew how to repackage old ideas for better or worse. And sometime around the 90s, a lot of these Activision and Atari and Coleco and all that started putting out compilations on, say, the original PlayStation, and they were showing up all their old games. But in the same time, what they would do is they would update their licenses to fit more of a modern style. Pac-Man got platformers. Frogger got just this weird 3D. I still can't play. I get both of them over here. I can't play them to this day. They're garbage. So whenever I see an updated version of any of the classics I grew up on, kind of like, it's a gamble. It really is, unless the price is right. I was in my local retro video game store roughly about a year and a half ago, and I happened upon this right here. It's Asteroid Hyper 64. And the reason I'm calling it that is because on the title screen it actually says Asteroids Hyper 64. I would think it would be Hyper Asteroid 64, but I digress. And I was a little leery on it, not to mention I'm lukewarm with the system to begin with. You all know that, and if you haven't seen my two-part retrospect on the N64, you know, I encourage you to scroll down and check it out after this. But I got the option of trying it in the store, and any good store will let you do that. And I was fairly impressed. And what you're going to see when I show you a little bit of gameplay is they were able to take the classic Asteroid platform, keep the gameplay the same, update the look so it looks cool, update some of the sounds so most of the sounds pretty cool. I mean, the shooting effect is kind of like tweet, 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 and it's silly, but you have extra weapons, power-ups, and you know, they added their own little flavor to it on top of keeping the original mechanics of it, and it's just a great game. It's one of the ones I go to often when I do pull out the N64. So with that, with this little introduction, let me just put these suckers together just because I have them in my hands. Let me readjust this camera, and I'll show you a little bit of gameplay. And the best part about this cartridge, and I probably should talk about this during the gameplay, but the hell with it, I just brought it up, is within the first, now each level has, say, 15 stages. Then you meet a boss, and that's another cool thing, there's boss battles in this, and it's not cheesy. You can unlock very easily and very quickly the original arcade vector graphics Asteroids game, which plays very well on here. Now, let's talk about the N64 controller itself and how it works with that. It's kind of silly. You can use the thumb pad, or you can use a directional pad to play, which is more comfortable because, you know, you're like this and you're shooting. The only problem is you need the Z button for shields, and trust me, this game, when it calls itself Hyper 64, it's Hyper 64. You need those shields. B is fire, A is thrust. You still have thrust. Now, if you use the right shoulder, that warps you. Now, if you've played this game, you know what I'm talking about. If not, you're going to have to figure it out for yourself. And this button here will change your direction quickly for up, down, left, and right. And when you get your weapon upgrades, you use this button right here to activate those, whether it be bombs. They have this one called Armageddon that takes out everything on the screen. They have other ones that are like lasers and such. But enough rambling about it. Let me fire this bad boy up, readjust the camera, and I'll show you a little bit of gameplay. Now, I haven't played it in a while, so I'm a little rusty, and I'm going to be talking through it. So I'm not going to be doing very well. I don't care. But as long as you get the idea of this, and I can, convince you that you do need to have this for your collection, because you do. And enjoy. So let me pause this bad boy. Alright, let's play some Asteroids 64. The Hyper kind. What would an Atari Creep video be without technical difficulties? I've already recorded this once, and somehow the video got lost or deleted or some shit. I don't know. But let's do it again. Single player. I don't know what multiplayer does. I'm always playing by myself. Mrs. Creep doesn't like this type of game, so whatever. She's missing out. So we'll go into a new game. We'll play just normal. Right here, we'll see we got a whole bunch of different ships to choose from. I like this one here. It's called Excalibur. Mainly because of, everything's right here. It's pretty much right down the middle. You got an equal amount of everything. But, you choose what you think is important. You can always upgrade all this stuff anyway. So, let me hit that. It's asking me for a rumble pack. I don't have one. And a little story about shooting asteroids and evil stuff and whatever. So, here we go. It's Asteroids. But it's the 64 kind, which makes it cooler. And blow this sucker into little pieces. And what I'll do is I'll try to get down to one piece so I can demonstrate some stuff for you real quick. And there's not really much to say other than it's Asteroids. Alright, let's see, what do we got coming out? Let's get rid of this guy because he looks dangerous. Okay. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with Asteroids, you are a little ship in the center of the screen. Now you can thrust around. You're going to notice real quick that I'm one of those pussies who likes to stay in the middle. You hit the Z button, as in zombie. You hit this little shield. You hit the A button, you thrust around a little bit. See, there you go. There's some thrust. I'm not going to go too much. Alright, let me try to stay still. You hit the C, as in Chris button, one of them. It just flips you in the opposite direction really quick. And that's really it. Now, if you hit the R button, it warps you. Now, you notice how it warped me right in front of that asteroid? You got to be real careful with them warps, because it can put you right in the line of danger. So sometimes it's not even worth it. But let me get rid of this guy and we'll continue playing. And I'm going to level 2. Now, that's pretty cool how it just kind of warps you into it. It's wild. It's about 15 of these levels per stage. And, guys, this is Asteroids, but cooler. Now, these little colorful things here, let me grab this. Some of them upgrade stuff. Some of them give you secondary weapons that are pretty cool. You got everything from missiles that lock on to things and kill them, to lightning bolts, to lasers. There's one called Armageddon, which just fires a whole round of bullets like that and kills everything on the screen. There's really not much else to say, other than, it just looks great. It plays awesome. Kudos to Crave for being able to update such a classic game, keeping the same exact cool gameplay that makes it fun as hell. I didn't hold on to my shield long enough. Making it feel familiar, but look updated. It's just such a fun game. So I will play this for a few minutes here, and you can pretty much get the gist of what's going on. It's Asteroids. And you got more than just these asteroids that come after you. You'll have ships that come after you. You'll also have a bunch of space debris. I don't know if they're parts of space stations floating around or whatever. And then you'll have boss battles at the end of each stage, level 15, 13, whatever it be. And those are usually some great big ship that as you shoot it turns into little ships, on top of avoiding all the normal asteroid stuff. And that's it. I love this game. I could play this all friggin' day long. And actually I'm having a hard time talking through it. So let me hit the Armageddon button so you can see what that does real quick. That's not too effective for its name. But so, guys, I hope you enjoyed looking at Asteroid 64, the Hyper version. And if you've never played Asteroids before, I encourage you to go look for it. It's on every platform. You can download the original version, the vector graphic one. You can unlock it in this game. Atari 2600 has a version, 7800. Just about every platform you can think of. The original PlayStation has a version. I believe there's one on a compilation for the PlayStation 2. And if you have one of the versions and just never played it, by all means, I would suggest you dusting it off and giving it a shot. And it's a simple game. It has a simple premise. You just shoot and stay alive. And that is it. So, while I'm playing, I'll just give you a little update on what's going on with the Creeper here. Oh, look at that, Armageddon again. I'll be hosting a retro video game night here next Saturday. It's going to be at the Gaming Zone, Tempe, Arizona. It's going to be me and Mr. Paku Paku, and there's going to be contests and prizes. We will have a Double Dash, Mario Kart, and I don't know what version of wow, I can't even think today. Brawl, maybe it'll be Brawl. Smash Brothers, good lord, I need some sleep or coffee. There'll be a Smash Brothers and a Mario Kart tournament, prizes. And you know, the retro night, and a lot of people think it's just people showing up with Nintendos and playing whatever game. And that's true to an extent, but it's more to get the retro community locally together, which there is a large one. They just don't do much together. So we're trying to encourage that, as well as promote this one store that's allowing us to do it in their gaming lounge. And also, most of these cats that are going to be coming by, they're going to be bringing their more obscure consoles and or games. Ones you may never have heard of, ones you've probably heard of and can't get your hands on for whatever reason. And it's always a blast. The first one was great. We had an awesome turnout. This one's already proven to be larger and much more fun. And I can't wait. I mean, on top of that, it's a retro gaming store. So you can walk around and just drool at the eye candy. They have arcade cabinets there. It's just a blast. It's from 2 p.m. to midnight. It's $5 to get in. And you can play all day. You can leave and go have a soda or lunch or whatever, and then come back and play. And, you know, just get to know everybody and network and trade and play games. It's awesome. The Atari Creep, not really much going on with my pages. If you haven't noticed lately, I've been kind of void of doing anything. Going to be getting back into it. Just works crazy, doing a lot of overtime. But I do have, and I know I keep saying it, that Games Worse Than E.T. coming out. I also have another list of, not necessarily rare, but a little less talked about Atari games that I'd like to highlight and let you guys know about if you know, not too familiar with the catalog. I'm not going to be breaking any new grounds. I mean, there's 100,000 bazillion reviews of Atari games. And, you know, how many more do we really need? But I figure I'll just throw my own stamp and my own perspective on it. I am the Atari Creep. And I don't do much Atari stuff. And, you know, that was the whole goal of this channel, was to do what everyone's doing with Nintendo with Atari. And that's pretty much it. And I'm hoping, let me see if I can get into the frame. That gray sexy bastard right there. I'm hoping to do a review of that thing soon. Power supply's gone missing, so I need to find one for it. And that is it, guys. So, you know, if you've never played Asteroids, go out and get it. If you got a copy of Asteroids, dust it off and play it. And with that, I do want to have one more wish for you guys. It is Father's Day, and for all you dads, by all means, kick back, play some games, and have someone make you a sandwich. You deserve it. Same to you moms pulling double duty. Keep games, you know, keep gaming alive with your little ones, and keep doing what you're doing, and it'll all be worth it. And that's it. So until next time, guys, I'm hoping to have one more video up sometime later on this week, if not by the next weekend. But until I see you guys again, this is the Atari Creep signing off, screaming, better play some Asteroids, and bye-bye. Pew 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 pew.